You're soft and it's fucking destroying your life. You sit there watching other people win, scrolling on your phone, wishing your life looked different while you haven't done a goddamn thing to earn it. You keep telling yourself one day like the world's gonna hand you a trophy just for existing. Let me make this clear as day. No one owes you shit. Not the world, not your parents, not your friends. And that dream life you keep fantasizing about, that life doesn't give a fuck about your excuses. You want results, but you don't want to suffer. You want a strong body, but you won't drag your soft ass to the gym. You want discipline, but you sleep in. You want respect, but you ain't done a fucking thing worth being respected for. You've been lying to yourself for so long, you started believing your own bullshit. You keep saying you're tired. You're not tired. You're just weak. You're not overworked. You're undertrained. There's no mystery here. No secret formula. It's simple. You're either putting in the fucking work or you're getting beat by someone who is. That's life. That's how this shit works. You don't get to be successful by talking about it. You don't get to be great by thinking about it. You fucking earn it day by day when it hurts, when it sucks, when no one claps for you, when you want to quit, but don't. That's when you separate. That's where the killers are built. He doesn't quit when it gets hard. He gets excited. He gets dangerous. Because the pain, the suffering, that's where strong men are forged. You think it gets easier? No, motherfucker, it gets harder. Life throws more at you. People doubt you. You lose friends. You lose sleep, but you keep going. You wake up and punch the fucking clock anyway. Because the moment you stop, the second you slow down, the second you give that weak voice any control, you lose. And if you're losing right now, it's because you haven't done what it takes to fucking win. Don't blame anyone. Look in the mirror. You are the problem. And you are the solution. So stop crying. Stop being soft. Man, the fuck up. Get up. Get moving. Go fix your shit or sit on the sidelines while real men outwork you. But don't you dare say you weren't warned, because now you know the truth. You want the life? You suffer for it. You bleed for it. You earn every damn inch. You think you're struggling? You think life's hard? Good. It's supposed to be. That pain you're feeling right now, that stress, that pressure, that voice in your head saying, this is too much. That's the fucking invitation. That's the test. That's the moment where most people fold, break, go cry in a corner, and blame the world. But not you. Not anymore. You don't get to fold. You don't get to complain. You don't get to tap out because life ain't fair. Life doesn't give a shit if you're tired. It doesn't care if you didn't sleep. It doesn't care about your feelings. It responds to effort. It responds to discipline. It responds to the motherfuckers who wake up and keep moving no matter what's in their way. So let me ask you this. How much longer are you going to let yourself off the hook? How much longer are you going to keep hiding behind excuses and justifying your laziness? You think your future self is going to thank you for playing it safe, for hitting snooze, for skipping workouts? Fuck no. He's going to resent the weak little version of you that gave up every time shit got tough. Sets, miles, discipline, silence, pain, sweat. It happens when no one's watching and you still choose to fucking show up. And don't you dare whine about not seeing results. You haven't earned results. You haven't earned the right to even expect results. You're still in the beginning stages. You're still soft clay. This shit takes years. It takes war. It takes destroying yourself over and over and over again until you become unrecognizable. And even then, even when you become the man people respect, you don't stop. You go harder. You go deeper. Because now it ain't about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about knowing you gave everything, every ounce, every second, every tear, every drop of blood. And if you don't want that, cool. Then sit your ass down and let the wolves eat. But if you want it, if you really want it, then get ready to walk into hell with a smile on your face and say, is that all you got? Why are you still the same? Be honest. Why do you keep waking up every day with that same weak ass mindset, those same bullshit habits, that same fake drive you talk about but never act on? What the fuck are you waiting for? Are you waiting for someone to come save you? Are you waiting for motivation? Are you waiting for the right time? Look around, motherfucker. This is your life. This is your time. You either use it or lose it. So let me ask you, what have you actually done today to earn your spot? What have you done to separate yourself from the weak version of you that keeps showing up? Did you train? Did you suffer? Did you push through when your mind told you to quit? How many days are you going to let slide by before you wake the fuck up and realize no one's coming? How many more next Mondays are you going to wait through? What the fuck is your excuse now? Are you broke? Good. Be broke and disciplined. Are you tired? Good. Be tired and consistent. Are you lost? Good. Stay lost, but keep fucking moving. Because I promise you this, if you keep waiting to feel ready, you'll never do shit. You'll rot in your comfort zone and die as a version of yourself you never respected. So ask yourself, am I being real with myself, or am I just being a little bitch every time shit gets hard? Do I push or do I fold? Do I make moves or do I make excuses? Because you can't do both. Every second you're casting a vote for the man you are or the man you want to become. So which one is it? If I stripped away your words, your plans, your talk, what would your actions say about you? What would your fucking routine reveal? What would your life expose about your mindset? This ain't about impressing anyone. This is about saving your fucking soul from the lazy, weak, sorry ass version of you that's been running your life for way too long. Kill that version, bury him, and never let him breathe again. You want to grow? You want to evolve? Then get ready for pain, motherfucker. Not the kind that comes from a hard workout or a bad day. I'm talking about the kind of pain that breaks your soul down to nothing. Prepare to be lonely. Prepare to outgrow your friends. Prepare to wake up and realize nobody's coming with you. Prepare to be the one who's always saying no while everyone else is out, drinking, partying, relaxing, and then blaming the world for why they're stuck. You want results? Then you better get ready to suffer in silence, because greatness doesn't come with a crowd clapping for you every morning. Greatness is forged in solitude, in sacrifice, in the fucking trenches where nobody's checking on you and no one gives a fuck how you feel. You think because you started to work out, you're suddenly unstoppable. That was the easy part. The hard part is showing up the next day when your legs are fried, your back's in pain, your mind's telling you to quit, and you still lace up and go again. The hard part is continuing when results don't show up, when the scale doesn't move, when the money isn't there, when the motivation's gone. That's where the savage is made. In the dark, in the doubt, in the hurt, in the chaos. And if you ain't willing to live there, then shut the fuck up and stop pretending you want this. You don't get to be exceptional without sacrificing what's easy. You don't get to be proud of yourself if you're still addicted to comfort. And if you're still chasing approval, if you're still hoping someone will recognize your potential, let me wake your ass up. Nobody gives a shit about your potential. The world respects execution. The world respects resilience. The world respects results. So stop feeling sorry for yourself. You're not the only one going through shit. Life's beating the fuck out of everybody. The only difference is who stands up and who stays down. So what are you going to do? Fold when it gets ugly, or become the motherfucker who thrives in the ugliness and builds something with the blood, sweat, and silence nobody sees? Your mind is your worst fucking enemy, and you know it. You don't lose in life because life's unfair. You lose because you believe every weak thought that crosses your brain and you act on it. You lose because the second it gets hard, your mind starts whispering all that bullshit. You've been feeding it for years. I'm tired. I don't feel like it. I'll go tomorrow. I deserve a break. Shut that soft shit down. Your mind is a liar, and if you don't train it, it will ruin every dream you've got. It will trick you into believing comfort is safety. It will sell you fear dressed up as logic, and you'll buy it every time you'll settle for less because your brain is telling you stories and you're dumb enough to believe them. That's why I don't let my mind run the show. I run my mind when it tells me to quit. I double the reps when it says stay in bed. I get my ass up when it says it hurts. I tell it good. That means it's working. If you're not mentally training harder than you're physically training, you're going to lose. You might have talent, but the mind will beat talent every time. If talent ain't mentally ready to suffer, you don't win in the gym. You win in your fucking head. You don't win at the finish line. You win in the second you decide not to give in to weakness. You win when you take that soft voice and bury it under so much discipline, it never speaks again. Stop babying your mindset. Stop listening to that inner bitch voice and build a mind that obeys your standards. You want to be dangerous, you want to be unstoppable, then you need to be the motherfucker who doesn't even flinch when shit goes sideways because his mind is already 5 levels ahead. You want to be great? Then stop negotiating with your brain every time something hurts, every time it gets uncomfortable, every time it's inconvenient. Greatness doesn't care how you feel, it only responds to what you do. And what you do is up to how strong your mind is. So ask yourself this, when you look in the mirror, are you a man in control of his mind or are you a little boy getting dragged around by it? Be honest, because your life, your results, your legacy all come down to that answer. You keep thinking pain is found in the suffering, the workouts, the grind, but the real pain, the pain that actually fucking haunts you is the pain of knowing you could have done more and didn't. It's the kind of pain that shows up when you're alone and quiet, the kind that doesn't go away when the day ends or the lights go off. It stays, it festers, it eats at you because deep down, you know you bullshitted your way through life. You let fear win. You let comfort rob you. And now you're looking at your life and wondering why it feels hollow. Let me tell you why, because nothing hurts more than being average when you know you were built to be great. Nothing is heavier than walking through your own life like a fucking ghost, knowing you let him die. That version of you didn't get defeated. He got ignored. And the longer you ignore him, the louder the regret gets until you can't even look in the mirror without feeling sick to your stomach. And you'll try to cover it up with distractions, with dopamine, with temporary highs, but it won't fucking work because no drug, no woman, no money, no party can numb the ache of wasted potential. You'll try to outrun it, but it'll follow you into every room, every year, every decade until you either do something about it or it buries you with it. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't take this seriously, if you don't start moving now, if you keep putting this off, you're going to wake up one day old and slow and broken, realizing you pissed away the one shot. You had to be someone you respected. And that shit will break you more than any weight ever could. And if that doesn't scare the fuck out of you, then you're already dead inside because that's not the future. That's hell. And it's waiting for every man who keeps playing small. You keep waiting like someone's coming to fix your life, like there's some magic moment that's going to save you from the mess you created. But let me tell you right now, no one is fucking coming. Not your mom, not your dad, not your girl, not your boys, not your boss, not God himself is stepping down to lift you out of the hole you dug. This shit is on you. It always has been your habits, your choices, your laziness, your mindset, your fear, your inconsistency. All of it yours. And that's the good news, because if it's your fault, it means you have the power to change it, but not until you stop pointing fingers, not until you stop playing victim, not until you admit that you've been the one holding yourself back. Every day you wake up and do nothing is another day you co-sign your own downfall, and you want to blame your job, your childhood, your environment. But there are people out there with the same background, worse situations, less support, and they're winning. Why? because they made a decision. They stopped looking for saviors and became their own rescue. They stopped crying and started working. They stopped explaining and started executing. And you still think someone's supposed to understand you. Someone's supposed to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. No, that's not how this shit works. The truth is, this world will step on your neck and never apologize for it unless you stand the fuck up and fight back. No one is obligated to save you. No one owes you belief. No one gives a fuck about your potential until you do something with it. And every second you wait for help is another second you fall further behind because life keeps moving. It doesn't pause for your doubt. It doesn't wait for your confidence to catch up. It moves. And if you don't move with it, you get left. And the people who get left don't just miss out on success, they lose themselves completely. So stop waiting for a sign. This is your sign. Stop looking for a hand. This is your hand. Stop asking for permission. You don't need it. Take the responsibility, take the pain, take the weight, and carry that shit on your back like the savage you were born to be, because no one is coming. And the longer you pretend they are, the longer you'll stay exactly where you are. You keep thinking obsession is some rare gene only certain people are born with, like greatness is reserved for the lucky or the chosen. But that's bullshit. Obsession is a decision. Obsession is a mindset. It's a choice you make when you finally get so fucking sick of being average that you refuse to go back. It starts as a spark. Yeah, maybe at first you gotta force it. Maybe you gotta drag your ass out of bed. Maybe you gotta scream at yourself to get through the workout or finish the task. But if you keep going, if you keep showing up, that obsession becomes second nature. It stops feeling like work and starts becoming who you are. Your discipline becomes automatic. Your suffering becomes routine. Your hunger becomes normal. And before you know it, you're running laps around every average man who's still debating whether or not to get started while you've already lapped him 10 fucking times. And he doesn't even know it because he's still sleeping, still procrastinating, still making excuses. And you're already living in that beast mode while he's stuck in maybe mode, because once obsession takes hold, it rewires your brain. You stop needing motivation. You stop looking for inspiration. You stop waiting on the right mood and you start executing like a fucking machine. That's where the gap gets created between you and everyone else. That's where separation lives. It doesn't come from talent. It comes from the man who made obsession his foundation and didn't fucking quit when it got hard. Obsession is what turns the gym into therapy, the suffering into fuel, the pain into purpose. And if you stay with it long enough, what was once impossible becomes your warm up. What once scared you becomes your standard. That's how you evolve. That's how you fucking transcend. And everyone around you who laughed, who doubted, who counted you out, they start asking how you did it and you won't even hear them, because you'll be so locked into the next level that you're already chasing down the next, kill the next goal, the next challenge, and they're still stuck. Obsession isn't something you find, it's something you build brick by fucking brick when you decide you're done living like everybody else. One day, you're gonna die. And that's not fucking metaphor. That's a fact. Your heart's gonna stop. Your body's gonna give out. And when that moment comes, the only thing that's gonna matter is this: did you become the man you were supposed to be? Or did you waste your one shot playing soft and safe while life passed you by? Because when you're on that deathbed, you won't be thinking about what other people thought of you. You won't be thinking about how many followers you had, or what car you drove, or who clapped for you. You're going to think about the moments you quit. You're going to remember every time you knew what you needed to do and didn't do it. You're going to feel the weight of all the reps you skipped, all the mornings you stayed in bed, all the chances you let fear steal from you. And that pain is going to hit harder than anything you've ever felt, because regret doesn't go away. It festers, it rots, and you carry it with you into the grave. You're either going to die with pride or die with pain. And the worst part is nobody's going to know, but you are going to feel the full weight of the life you could have lived and chose not to. And that is hell. That is the cost of staying soft. That is the price of comfort. You think the workouts hurt. You think early mornings are hard. You think eating clean sucks. Wait till you feel what it's like to look back at your whole life and know you ran from the fire every single time and let that weak voice control your entire existence. And what makes it worse is knowing you could have changed it. You had the time, you had the chances, you had the strength, but you pissed it all away. And now there's no more tomorrows, no more next weeks, no more one days. It's over, game. Fucking over. And all you're left with is the question, what if? What if I went harder? What if I stayed consistent? What if I ignored the excuses and doubled down every day? If that question doesn't haunt you right now, then you're already dying, because the man who truly gives a fuck about who he's becoming doesn't wait for the clock to run out. He wakes up every day like he's got one more shot and he takes that shot with both hands. No hesitation, no fear, no delay. That's the man who wins. That's the man who earns peace when it's over. Not because he was perfect, but because he was relentless. The weak version of you has to die right now, not later, not next week, right fucking now. Every excuse, every lie, every time you told yourself you couldn't do it, every time you said you'd start on Monday, every bit of that lazy, soft, undisciplined, cowardly version of you needs to be put in the ground today. And you need to be the one who does it with your bare fucking hands, because nobody's gonna kill that weak voice for you. No one's gonna come save you. No one's gonna drag you out of bed every day and remind you of who the fuck you said you were gonna become. That's your job. That's your fucking mission. And if you don't step into that role right now, then everything you just heard, everything that lit a fire in your gut, will mean absolutely nothing, because this world doesn't reward intention. It rewards action. It doesn't pay you for talking. It pays you for bleeding. It doesn't clap for your potential. It bows to your fucking execution. And from this point forward, you don't get to be the same man ever again. You don't get to walk the same way, talk the same way, train the same way. You are no longer one of them. You are no longer soft. You are no longer weak. You are no longer available for the average life they tried to sell you. You are a motherfucking savage now, and savages move different. They think different. They suffer different. They train through pain. They eat discipline for breakfast, and they don't flinch when life punches them in the mouth, because they've been punched 1,000 times and they kept getting up, and that's who you are now. The old you is gone. And this new version, this weapon, this machine, this savage is about to walk through every wall that life puts in front of him. No apologies, no breaks, no fucking limits. So here's the final question, and you better fucking answer it with your life. When people say your name, when they speak about you, when they remember who you were, did you show up or did you shut down? Did you give everything or did you waste it all? Did you die full of regret or did you die with nothing left inside because you used every ounce of what you had? It's your life and there's no fucking reset button. So what the fuck are you gonna do with it now?